Hello, I'm Oliver, Creative Director at Saber Interactive. I'm back again to introduce the free Six Skulls update for World War Z, along with a quick look at some more of the content you can look forward to over the coming months. The biggest thing to talk about in this month's update is our all-new Six Skull Extreme difficulty, which will be made available for every chapter released to date. As we've already found while playing together here at Saber, this new mode is no joke. It's never been more important to conserve resources wherever possible, cover each other's backs, and make every shot count. If you're able to overcome this challenge, you and your squad will earn unique rewards, letting you show off your zombie-slaying prowess to the world. The first of these rewards is a new melee weapon, the Wakizashi. This iconic blade is unlocked by beating just a single chapter in Extreme mode. For the truly dedicated, we also have a very special sniper rifle variant with unique gameplay perks. This can only be earned by beating every chapter of every episode in Extreme difficulty. Not an easy task. Looking ahead to July, we plan to release our first paid weapon skins bundle, letting you take down Zeds in style. Back to free content, we also have what the team is currently calling the Big Update, which we're working hard to deliver either at the end of July or early August. This will include a bunch of weapon variants, character skins, and character accessories, all unlockable through gameplay. Tied into this update, we will also include the weekly challenge mode and difficulty modifiers, which we can't wait to unveil more info on soon. As always, a huge thank you to our brilliant community, without whom none of this free content would be possible. See you next time.
By the end of the first quarter of the 21st century, beginning with a large-scale military coup d'etat that erupted in various cities throughout the nation, freedom was dead in America. However, one final hope in opposing the coup d'etat forces remained. This final hope being the U.S. president himself.
What do you stand for, Michael? Be certain of your death here and now. Now, come at me with all your body and soul. Die!
That's pointless, Mr. President!
Nothing is pointless! And the reason is because I'm the President of the great United States of America! Take America back! Yeah! I always make the impossible possible. And I'm gonna keep on doing so!
Way to go, Mr. President! No one can stop you now!
These incapable pigs are eating this nation alive! The death of these freeloaders, leaving only the capable behind, will help me create a new nation! And watch those worms wiggle in pain!
Make him sting in a rain of gunfire!
I won't lose to that false prophet. Believe in your own justice.
The best medicine for that kind of headache is pumping it full of a heavy dose of lead.
Of all man's achievements in the 21st century, this is the climax!
Hey guys, this is NQ Entropy, game designer at NovaQuark, and welcome back to this new dev diary. We've seen your comments and requests for us to continue the Dev Diary series, and you can count on us to keep doing them as development progresses. If you remember our public roadmap, Alpha 2 is just around the corner, and it's an important milestone which will introduce major new features, such as the industry, and we've been hard at work completing and polishing everything. Now, just like for our 0.15 release, you can also expect to see extra improvements and changes that will make your lives easier. You'll be happy to hear that as of right now, everything is on track, and hopefully we can deliver the Alpha 2 on the 11th of July. Even though it was originally planned for the end of June, we decided to include 2 extra weeks of testing to ensure that the launch is as smooth as possible. This is a big step for Dual Universe, as we know this will be the first time our contributor pack supporters will have access to the game. We are focused on delivering a good experience, and we are looking forward to the community growing and getting new feedback from all of our new and existing players. Now let's get down to the main topic, industry. Industry is the big second step in our global crafting agenda. As you know, players will be entirely responsible for creating items in the game, and it's likely any element or voxel on your construct will have been crafted by other players. Now, industry has a couple of main goals. Firstly, allow advanced crafters to supply a high number of elements to other players. Secondly, allow player progression within the crafting architecture. Thirdly, allow you to parallelize crafting to create complex crafting chains. The basic idea behind industry is to link containers as inputs or outputs to industry elements. An industry element will constantly look in its input containers for the ingredients that it needs and will then spit out the crafted element in the output container. Any given industry element will be capable of running specific recipes depending on its type. For example, an engine-specific industry element will only be able to create engines. As you might expect, a container can be one industry's output and another's input, allowing you to chain industries together through containers to create what we're calling an industry complex. A basic example of this is a container filled with raw ore linked to a refinery that turns ore into pure, which then outputs to another container. To link all these elements together, you will use the familiar linking tool you are all familiar with. Another important point is that you're also able to have multiple containers as inputs to a single industry, allowing you a better degree of organization and flexibility when creating your industry complex. Now you should be all set up to go out and industrialize like it's 1760. But one last quick thing. At any point in time, your industry may jam up. This means that something is stopping your industry from correctly functioning. Now keep in mind, a jam can be temporary and acceptable, but it may also reveal a flaw you may want to fix. Finally, the industry is totally functional while you are offline. Just make sure your containers are fed with resources and you can craft a whole bunch of stuff when you are away. Moving on to our next topic, let's talk about some of the new graphic improvements coming to the game. With the release of the 0.15 update on May 17th, we recently introduced volumetric clouds in the game. Up until now, the clouds we had in the game did the job, but weren't really contributing to the game immersion, and this is something we hope to change with our new clouds. The old clouds didn't do the game justice visually because they were just a flat layer, and taking off from a planet felt less rewarding. The new clouds now enhance the visuals of the planet and provide a much better flying experience as you really pierce through this thick layer of clouds. Continuing on with our graphic improvements, let's talk about water. Let's be honest, our water visuals so far were pretty bare. Our rendering team has been looking at ways to make all water locations a little more interesting. Our oceans now have waves, and all underwater effects are now looking better with the introduction of refractions. Our goal with the new water was to avoid having just a simple flat surface water, and we wanted to introduce good-looking underwater effects such as caustics, water light scattering, and sun shafts. As a result, we can get more realistic-looking oceans, and hopefully this will encourage you to explore underwater. We hope to see more subaquatic vehicles from you guys, and hope that you will share them with the community. If you'd like to know more, we have you covered with Inside Novapork, a new podcast series. The link can be found in the description if you want to check it out. Thank you for your continuous support, and we can't wait to see more backers joining us when we launch Alpha 2 soon.